Cancer, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the week ahead. Keeping in mind these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone. So make sure to check out your other placements. And if you would like a personal reading, there's information in the description below. You can just send me an email. All right, my friends, let's get started for Cancer. What is the energy around Cancer for the week ahead? And this is an oracle deck that I created, and it always tells me a very interesting story with all the cards that it releases. Okay, there we go. And then let's see what's the first card in this story. Let's get them organized here. Cancer, what's up with you this week? I'm seeing some interesting cards. Let's see what the first card of this story is. Okay, so this story starts with your heart chakra and how you've been feeling. So there may be something in the realms of relationship or love, or maybe something needs forgiveness. Maybe you've been feeling something in the energy of your heart space this week, Cancer. Let's keep pulling the cards and see what more of the story we can find. Okay, there's the Architect. So this is the divine masculine energy. Very much creative, but creative through action, creative through intention and will, and taking action, making choices, choosing directions. So something in the heart space about creating something, and you're keeping it silent. Interesting. That could be why this heart chakra is in reverse. So you might be closing out something that you feel you could really create, but you might be holding back here. Let's keep looking, get the next row here for you. Okay, so we're seeing the Ego card with the Healer card. It's a very interesting combination because you may need to surrender something your ego is trying to convince you of and trust how you feel, not to dismiss these knowings. You know, you've got feel, know, and see. These three cards go together to sort of give insight into the more spiritual, psychic, more intuitive, that divine connection that, you know, we don't see evidence of through concrete moments, but more through symbolism, more through looking at things from a higher perspective gives us that insight. So I'm seeing here perhaps the ego is getting in the way of you really being able to express something that could be very healing for you. Your final row here, and we have two. Oh wow, and you got the Listen card. You know, you've got the whole grouping of the intuitive senses: listen, see, know, and feel. Very interesting. We're also seeing the air energy come through, so you might be dealing with an air sign, or you might have placements that are important here in Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Feeling trapped, feeling polarized. Something here could set you free, and it feels like it's that divine masculine. We're seeing the Yang energy card as well. So you may have to make a choice about something. You may have to pick a direction, albeit unfamiliar here, Cancer. It almost feels like it would be very healing to your heart space and allow you to speak. This polarized card brings out the throat chakra and the heart chakra. So something is not in alignment. Something you're feeling is not being expressed, or something you're expressing doesn't match how you actually feel. And we saw that silent card. So you're holding your tongue about something that you may need to express. And it almost feels like your ego is somehow getting in the way of you healing something. Perhaps bringing healing into yourself, or bringing healing to a situation. I feel like there is something here that is making you feel trapped, polarized. And it's interesting because it's almost like you're not trusting your other senses. You're not trusting your intuitive senses around listening, seeing, knowing. You know, these three coming out in reverse really make me feel like there may be signs and synchronicities around you trying to guide you, and you're not seeing them. Maybe you're seeing them, but you're just not trusting them. Perhaps you are seeing and feeling and listening and knowing, but not trusting. And so therefore you're keeping silent on something that may need to be expressed. And we might be seeing the air energy in reverse, because air energy is, like I said, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and these are communication and thought-provoking signs. I always think of these signs, they're representative of the swords in tarot. So swords are all about communication and the way we think. And so I feel like you're seeing that in the reverse, because there may be something blocking you in that element. We have all of the elements. We have placements in all of the signs. And we also have, all 4 elements operating at all time. Your ability to shift your reality relies on all 4 elements working together. The way you feel, the way you speak, the way you identify yourself, your perceptions, and your will, the way you carry forward all of those things. And so something has got you feeling trapped this week, and it could be that you're getting in your own way because you don't want to speak about something. You don't want to acknowledge something, even though you feel trapped and polarized by it. It seems like we need some venturing into unknown territories. I was going to say you may feel uncomfortable. You may have to get out of your comfort zone a little bit this week, Cancer, and to sort of allow something to heal by, it almost feels like you need to have a conversation or revisit something from a different perspective or point of view. Interesting. I was just curious what was on the bottom here, and it's the end in reverse. So there may be an ending that you're denying yourself. You may know and see and sort of try, like you have this feeling that this is an ending, but you may not be trusting it fully as an ending. You may not be allowing it to come to a conclusion. You might be silent on something that you need to speak on. Interesting. Okay, let's have a look and see what the tarot cards. Oh, interesting. Look at, as I part the deck, we see the Strength card coming through with the 3 of Swords. Cancer, there may be something here that is coming to a close, and it could involve an air sign. It could just involve your own air element needing to come through to shift your perspective or to communicate in a way that represents really how you feel. Yeah, 6 of Wands in reverse. Something's not moving forward. Something's not being recognized. And there's the King of Cups in reverse. So you're getting pulled in. You're getting pulled into the drama here. We see the 10 of Cups with the King of Pentacles, though. So, it's very interesting. It's almost like as something is not working, something else is really working. Something else is coming through here as emotional fulfillment, as commitment, as hard work paying off, as you achieving a major goal here. So it feels like you're achieving a major goal, but at the same time, you're sort of getting sucked into something and it's getting stuck. These seem like different moments. And that's why I'm sort of keeping the cards far from each other, a little gap here, because this feels like 2 different stories. There's a story here where you're stuck, and you might be feeling that trapped energy here. You might be feeling that polarized energy here, that silent energy here. There's things here impacting your heart chakra and your ability to really move forward with something. And it feels like your ego is heavily involved in this and it needs some healing. Now, this side of your reading really feels like we're tuning into something that involves this divine masculine energy. When I see that King of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups, these are both feminine elements. However, I'm feeling like this is maybe where you have choice. This is where you can create something. This could be where, there is something unfamiliar that you need to sort of allow to be expressed and to really let your feelings guide you here. And then there's something else here that feels like you see it, you feel it, and you know it, but you're not expressing it because you're getting caught up in a storyline here. I kind of feel like this is where the air energy needs to get tapped into. And it's interesting. Bottom of the deck for the tarot cards here, we see the 5 of Cups in reverse. This is the ending. There is something, this could all be in the past. This situation here that gets you sucked in and sort of you lose your emotional stability when you go there. This could be a past situation. This could be a present situation. And it's interesting. That's kind of how it feels. It feels like there's two dynamics here. And it's almost like your ego and your wounded heart chakra can't release this story to allow this story to flourish. And they seem related but separate. It's almost like a past story is impacting the present. And it's not impacting it in a way that's serving it. It's almost like this is happening for you to see it and to trust yourself so that you can sort of move past something here, Cancer. Let's clarify this first set here. Yeah, Sun in reverse is very pessimistic energy, impulsive, Knight of Swords, and 6 of Pentacles out of balance in reverse. So it's interesting. It's almost like these 3 cards are saying to me, don't rush into jumping to a pessimistic conclusion because of the past. Don't imprint the future with the past. Don't assume that because it went down this way in the past, it's going to go down this way in the future or in the present. Now let's look at this side. Yeah, healing, the Star, first card out. So something has shifted. There is a new potential here, Cancer. And you're sort of being guided. See, I had a feeling this King of Swords was going to come up. This is a moment for you to really, I'm going to move this air energy over here. This is a moment for you to really shift your perception. That's why this air energy is coming through, is because there's something about your perception. You need to be more flexible about how you're looking at something instead of being impulsive and rushing to a pessimistic conclusion. That's not serving you. This timeline is over, but it was in reverse. So you may not have come to an acceptance on that yet, but there's no reason to assume or project the past into the present, my friends. It doesn't feel like that will serve you. We're also seeing another king here. You've got the King of Pentacles, King of Swords, and now the King of Wands. So you're really being guided to be sort of confident and sitting in that warm energy of this King of Wands that is, sort of, I love the way this king has been described sometimes as being sort of like treating everything like a baby, like nurturing things. Really, really having like a soft approach when it comes to letting something grow and be nurtured into fruition, not rushing it, not being impulsive, not being anxious, but just trusting and sort of allowing the mind to be flexible with that King of Swords, allowing the King of Wand energy to give you that confidence that you don't have to worry, you don't have to rush, you don't have to be impulsive, you don't have to jump to a conclusion. And then these beautiful cards here, the Lovers and the Hierophant, which are card 5 and 6. So you're getting 2 cards. I mean, I shuffle this deck all the time. This tells me that let this bloom. Let this bloom without this storyline of pessimism that you experienced perhaps in the past. Bottom of the deck is the 2 of Cups, Cancer. I mean, there is something here that is growing in the present, but could get squished if you allow your mind to sort of project past disappointments onto this. Try to be flexible and not rush to conclusions this week. When it comes to relationships, when it comes to past versus now, when it comes to your perception about harmony and balance in relationships, and so many kings here, and there's no gender here, but I just feel like you're really being guided to focus on the more masculine energy this week, to bring balance to your sense of security, your sense of perception, how you look at things, how you feel about things, how you approach things, how you work on things. Those elements are shining through very strongly for you, and I feel like that is the key to you staying in alignment moving forward, as opposed to this wounded ego that's rushing to conclusions about stuff. Very interesting reading this week for you. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this has been helpful, and I look forward to reading for you again soon. I'm sending you so much love, my friends. Take care.